Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to Fandom United Live. This is the reboot, the remix, whatever you want to call it. We're back. Okay. We're back here, Fandom United Live. My name is Gio Ramos, the Insider. If you've been a part of my channel, you guys know I'm all about movies, rumors, all that good stuff. But I'm not alone. I brought friends. I have brought along two of my longtime good buddies, longtime fellow podcasters. And after I introduce these folks, we're going to talk about what this all means. So, without further ado, I give you guys Mr. Jacob Bartley, Mr. Keith Barnes, Bartley and Barnes on Fandom United. What's going on, guys?
What's up? It's been a long time.
It's been a really long time, dude. It's been
We're
6
back.
months, guys.
Yes. Back at it.
Oh, life has not been the same
No.
for me. Life has not life goes on. We get older, responsibilities grow, bills grow. If only we all got a raise, but there's always been that little void, that little void that just, I was telling Jake Berlin this. Shout out to Jake Berlin for the visuals and all that stuff. We'll get to one little thing that you missed, Jake. One little thing, but it's just there wasn't a week that went by where I didn't think about either a past episode of Apocalypse Now or just the idea of jumping on screen and talking movies or whatever on a weekly basis with you guys. Did you guys feel the same at all, or has whatever,
I've been doing I've been talking just to myself on Tuesday nights.
Every
Tuesday
at 7:30, Keith just like sets up the mic and just
watch. I watched the Creator. That was really good, wasn't it? Yeah. What'd you think? Oh yeah, Keith, I enjoyed it. Yes. Yeah. Well, so much stuff has happened. Obviously, in movie news from when we last saw each other in this format of screen. We're in the middle of a bunch of strikes, so there was not much happening.
That's true.
All that ended, and a bunch of stuff has happened since then, whether it's castings or different shows, or even some movies that have come out that have we haven't had a chance to talk about. So yeah, it's been tough to not, and of course, John Booth, what up? It's happening. Rachel, our best friend, our BFF.
Wow.
So glad to see you. See, that's what I'm talking about right here. See, it's all this stuff I want to talk to everyone in our chat and all of our friends about. We haven't had a chance to talk to them about a bunch of stuff. So yeah, it's been tough not being able to do that.
So our last Apocalypse Now live stream was middle September. I think it was the second week of September. Something
crazy.
like that. I want to catch up with you guys because ever since that show, like I started my new career on the road, and we've all just have gotten busier. We haven't really gotten a chance to hang out much or even talk a lot. We've met up less than a handful of times since that, and I've missed you boys. So I want to hear a quick summary of how things have been for you guys these past 6 months. How's life? What's new? What's going on? Whoever wants to go first.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, things have been good. Just been, working a lot, hanging out with Kylie, watching movies, watching football. Don't want to talk much about football though. But
we will talk a little bit.
We're gonna get to that. Sorry.
Well,
sorry.
A little.
That's a big thing.
I'll have to take a break. when we talk about football. I'm too heartbroken for that. But I mean, I'm even in our group chat. Gio was like, "Should I leave football in the thumbnail?" I was like, no football, no football. Too, I don't want to hear about it, but obviously we can. But yeah, you know, this time of year, like once football's over, things really slow down. And honestly, it's the same time of year where the movie season. It's right before the movie season starts to pick up. Typically, you know,
like March, right?
yeah, like February, March.
Mhm.
Now, like obviously, movies kind of come out year round, but
We got awards. You got it's Oscar season.
yeah, that's true. But as far as like new releases, and we're still feeling the effects of not only the strike but the COVID. You know, the putting productions off. Like, there's a reason why we're only getting one MCU film this year, and it's like it's due to a lot of that. So like, there's Hollywood is still not back to normal, but I think probably 2025 is when it will be. Not back to normal, but whatever the new normal will be for the movie industry. But yeah, but things have been good.
You're still working in education, right?
Yes, I am. Yep, still working in the same job, same school, and it's been up and down, but it's difficult working in education these days. But
You did get a promotion since the last time you were streaming on YouTube, didn't you?
Well, no, I had already started that.
You had already started it. Okay.
I think you and I found out that we got our new jobs at the same time. Remember?
That's right.
It was like we literally talked about it on the same podcast when we found out we both got our jobs. So
yeah.
I mean, with more responsibility comes more challenges, but I've been learning, so it's been good.
You've been all about your grind, man, and making progress, right? That's what it's all about, man. Love it. What about you, Mr. Barnes? How's it going?
Same. Work.
Same.
Come home. Pick up this kid from this thing here. Pick up another kid from somewhere else. Yeah, a lot of sporting events for the athlete, Sophia. Unfortunately,
great.
She just finished her volleyball season. They made the playoffs, but unfortunately just lost to Colfax here in the semifinals last night. So her soccer career is done. But other than, yeah, just a lot of just that mostly. Yeah, that's really not. Yeah, I was trying to think back in between, like what. We've all probably watched a bunch of stuff that we want to talk about. There's stuff like, I want to talk about this, watch that, talk about that. I think I've only been to. I saw the Hunger Games movie, and I saw the Marvels.
Wow,
I think that's
which we
about
still haven't talked about the Hunger Games movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Songbirds and Snakes, Snakes and Songbirds.
Yeah,
the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Yeah,
which I liked. I thought it was really good. But yeah, I think those are the only two movies I've actually been to theater to see. Since the last several months. So, because like we talked about, there really weren't any big releases to see, and a lot of stuff's come out on streaming. So I mean, there wasn't really. I've watched a ton of stuff there, but yeah. So other than that, trying to catch up on some stuff, to watch when I can, and of course watching all the sports. I got it. Football's done, but now see, basketball season's kicking up. Jacob, you got to remember, we're in the middle of basketball season.
Oh yeah, I know that. That's
coming. It's coming. So
yeah.
The problem with the NBA.
This is when my basketball season starts. Is after football ends.
Yeah.
Sure.
The problem with the basketball season is it's just too damn long.
It is.
There's so many games, and it's like I get it, like. The NBA, and their TV rights deal, and China's big money maker and all that, but it's just too long. I don't know, but I mean, it does get more and more exciting as we reach around like March Madness and all that is when it starts to like really pick up. And I don't know about you guys, but this Caitlin Clark player from Iowa, she is the real deal. She can ball. Caitlin Clark. I mean, you and Angel Reese are like, you guys are making me like pay more attention to the WNBA, which is great, to the point where Steph Curry is going to go against
Sabrina
Sabrina.
Ionescu.
Yeah, I forget her name, but like,
Yeah.
when does that ever happen? Like,
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
I can't wait for that.
You know?
Yeah, that's gonna be cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
She can shoot the lights out. So
Yeah.
and if listen, the young lady out of USC, Juju Watkins, I think her name is, scored
Mhm.
52 points or whatever a couple weeks ago. So
Yeah.
she's looking pretty good too. So yeah, that's pretty cool, man. I like how
It
growth of
it
women's-
makes me
women's game.
it makes me really wish, not to, get all sad and somber, but it really makes me wish that Gigi Bryant was, because those four ladies right there could, and others as well, but those four right there, like entering the WNBA at one time, and just, man, that would, yeah.
She'd be a senior in high school right now, man. She's the same age as Sophia, so she would have been a high school senior,
Yeah.
tearing it up.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, that Kobe statue,
It's cool,
one
right?
of three.
Awesome.
One of three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as for me, life has been busy, on the go. If you don't know, I transitioned my hotel hospitality career from one single hotel property to now traveling under what's called Hotel Task Force. And Hotel Task Force is basically, imagine if the hotels of the world had a national guard to when things got wrong at a hotel, whether it's bad management, not making enough money, whatever the case might be. They dispatch people who have little to no responsibilities, like me, and go to that hotel location on their dime, and for a few months help them get back on their feet or keep the ship afloat. Avoid the iceberg that's down the way. Steer the ship in the other direction. And since that Apocalypse Now stream, that final one, I've been to Seattle for about 3 months, and then I was in Albuquerque, New Mexico for about 3 months. Now I'm in Nashville, Tennessee, and I just found out today that my 1 month assignment is now going to be a 2.5 to 3 month assignment. So I'm going to be in Nashville
Wow.
until middle of April. And
Sounds like you like it there though, so that's good.
it's nice. It really is. Like, I'm in the downtown location, and like the hockey arena, I forget which professional sports team plays. It's Nashville Predators, I think.
Oh yeah.
But the hockey arena is like right down the street, like literally 3 blocks down. Right on Broadway, Music City Center, Music Row. So it's a lot of tourism and a lot of how downtown areas are. But I'm really enjoying Nashville so far. I mean, make no mistake, I'm here for work. I work 10-day rotations where I work 10 days in a row, and then I get like 4 days off. So instead of 5-2, you get 10 and 4. I'm on day 9 right now, so I'm a little weary and wired, partially because I'm on StreamYard on YouTube with my boys again. But yeah, it's been really, really exciting and worthwhile just to travel and spend time out of California after being in California for the better part of 30 years, and just getting to see places I've never seen, never been, people I've never met and whatnot. And it's been pretty cool. I really hope I can get you two out sometime, whether it's Nashville or wherever.
Yeah.
Just to come out. I think everyone should travel. I think travel is a great way to heal the mind, the spirit, and just get better perspective on life and people. So
I've been to Memphis. Never. I think I drove through Nashville. I can't remember what for. I don't know. I've been to Memphis though. I spent a day in Memphis about 12 years ago. But so you're like the I'm trying to think of the comic book equivalent here. Like you're kind. Are you like Damage Control? Like when Shield sends in Damage Control to clean up after a big event?
Yeah, I mean, that's one way to put it. You clean up, but it's also just like keep them afloat
Or what's the
is
DC
another way.
one? They had a TV show
That's right. They did,
about
didn't
it
they? Yeah.
with like Vanessa Hudgens and Alan Tudyk.
It was like a
And
kind of funny show.
what was it?
I
But that
can't
was their
remember.
damage control.
Yeah.
It was something like that.
Yeah.
Now I want to know.
No,
Gotta go back.
Yeah,
it's
I actually
it's pretty
watched
good.
it. It was entertaining.
I heard it was funny, right? Yeah, I heard it was pretty funny.
It was funny,
You know what?
honestly.
I can't look it up. I don't know the name.
Oh, and I remember Alan Tudyk played like Bruce Wayne's cousin or something.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're gonna look it up, but you don't know the name.
Yeah, I was like,
that's what Google's for, right?
Yeah. Right.
All right.
Well,
the Titans are Tennessee. Are they in Nashville? The Tennessee Titans.
Tennessee Titans. I
think they are.
maybe. Let me see. Tennessee Titans.
Pretty sure they are. They used to be. I don't know if they are now.
They are in Nashville, Tennessee. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh man, and the football season just ended. Man, it'd be cool to go to a Titans game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the show was called Powerless, but they were basically the damage control
of
DC. Yeah.
So they got to clean up Metropolis constantly, probably.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
What Michael Keaton's crew was doing in Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Yeah, right.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
Yeah. There you go.
All right. Well, we couldn't have picked a better time to begin this collaboration with Super Bowl just ending and all these trailers and Marvel announcements and all that. We're going to get into some of the bigger news topics and stories and just have a discussion, right? Just have a discussion, a discourse again, like we used to. It's going to be a lot more relaxed. Again, this is Fandom United, a blockbuster podcast. Okay. So this new thing that is happening on the channel is primarily for blockbuster movies. Like Jacob had mentioned, we are kind of in the slower season. I mean, I know Madam Web just came out, which I, don't intend on watching just because I'm just not sold. And, just I'm older now. I want to pick and choose what I want to see. But we had talked a couple weeks ago. In fact, I think it was Jacob who brought up the idea of Fandom United Live featuring Bartley and Barnes, where I have co-hosts every week, as much as we can in our busy lives, come together and just, get back into it, do what we enjoy doing, even if we're not the best or the most knowledgeable or whatnot. And that's having a discourse and talking movies, pop culture, sports, whatever the case might be. And, we were all down for it. And, Jake was a big supporter and helping us produce the live stream for every week. I mean, a lot of what you see on screen is because of Jake and his skills and time. However, okay, I'm gonna give you your flowers, Jake, but there's one thing we got to point out, Jacob.
Oh no, just my Twitter handle's wrong. It's 824, not 248. So
okay,
it's supposed to be Kobe's numbers, both of Kobe's numbers, but have the 8 first because that was his first number in the NBA. So I actually don't know what his high school number was. I should know that.
33.
Maybe Keith knows. Wow, of course Keith knows instantly. Of course. But yeah, Jacob Bartley 824, but not a big deal. Not that I'm on Twitter X all the time.
Twitter X. If nobody types x.com. Okay, first off, if you type X, your search bar might fill in something you may not want. But twitter.com, X, whatever the case is. All right, let's get into it. Before we get into the Super Bowl trailers, something major broke yesterday, and it's something that we've been waiting on, specifically people who are fans of the comic book movie genre. We've been wondering for the longest time who is gonna play Marvel's first family, the Fantastic Four, one of the more popular MCU characters slash groups, comic book characters slash groups in the genre. You know, they've been teasing it. They being Marvel, Kevin Feige have been teasing it for years now, um, showing that Fantastic Four logo. We had directors who came and went. We had rumor of casting, whether it was Adam Driver, Margot Robbie,
Oh, that's right.
Zach Efron, but Marvel dropped a bombshell yesterday, and we got our Fantastic Four cast, and they are as follows. We have Pedro Pascal, who will star as Reed Richards, Vanessa Kirby playing Sue Storm, Joseph Quinn playing Johnny Storm, and Ebon Moss Backrack as Ben Grimm. There it is. There you have it. Your Fantastic Four cast. Marvel's highly anticipated franchise coming soon. And this was their announcement on Valentine's Day. A little fun art postcard,
Yeah.
Valentine's Day card, if you want to call it. And, there's a lot of things to take from this one image right here as we get a closer look.
Yeah.
Just on the magazine alone that Ben Grimm is reading, people were able to decipher that cryptic image to a setting in the 60s, particularly 1963, which is probably an indication of when this movie will be set in the 60s. And then you look at the costumes right there that they have. Okay, very, very, old school classic. And there it is, guys. The
Got the
Fantastic
robots.
Four. Not to mention, we also have the logo right here.
Wow.
I love it.
And is it just me, or does the Marvel remind you of like the Cinerama Dome?
Oh, I think that's what they
100%.
are basing it on. Like,
Yeah,
they just did
Yeah.
their own. Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
the Cinerama Dome. All of a sudden, Tarantino loves MCU and Marvel. But yeah, guys, let's talk about this. I haven't heard you guys' thoughts yet. What do you think about the cast? About the possible setting? That it's finally happening. Directed by Matt Shackman. Matt Shackman, the director, did WandaVision, one of the better Disney Plus shows, written
Yes.
and directed.
He also
So
did
I'm curious.
Monarch, the Godzilla MonsterVerse show.
Oh, okay.
I mean, at least some episodes, and that show is great.
I have
So
to watch
that's
that.
another
I haven't seen it.
Okay.
that's one of the things. Like, I'm all in on the MonsterVerse right now, like the
Yeah,
King Kong Godzilla MonsterVerse, and that show is amazing. Like, it's the best human story ever told in a Godzilla or King Kong movie that I've seen.
yeah.
Interesting.
So, what do you think, Jacob? Because I remember almost 10 years ago, we went to the theater. We watched the 2015 Fantastic Four movie
Jeez.
with Miles Teller, Michael B. Jordan. Great cast, directed by Josh Trank. And then we all left the theater, but you were so heartbroken by that movie with so much potential.
Yeah.
Now, this is the third try at a new possible franchise. Is third time the charm?
Yes, because of Kevin Feige is overseeing it, and I truly believe that he's gonna get back to like the quality control that he once had. Now that Bob Iger has given him his power back, to basically have full control over everything going on at Marvel. I mean, obviously everything needs to be approved, but still. But that's a whole other long story that we don't need to get into. But just, yes, I do think it's going to work out this time, because if it doesn't work out this time, I guess the Fantastic Four was never meant to be on the big screen. But as far as the cast goes, look, I don't know if you remember, Gio, but when Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, when we went to see it in IMAX, I lost my mind when they showed John Krasinski as Reed Richards.
Jim Halpert. Yep.
I was like, I guess, naive to believe that was them announcing that John Krasinski is going to be Reed Richards in the MCU, because I'm a huge John Krasinski fan. And so I was always, and then after that, there was always a debate, like, is it going to be him? Is it going to be him? And then eventually they said no, and it was going to be a new cast member. So I'm coming into it still like butthurt about that. And it's only because I'm a big fan of him. And I love, even though I don't like how he was defeated in that movie, even though he would have been defeated that easily by Wanda. But I don't think he would have put himself in the position to be defeated like that in the first place.
Black Bolt can kill you with one whisper.
Yeah.
Come on, you're the smartest man alive. What are you doing?
Yeah. But anyways, long story short, putting that disappointment aside that it's not John Krasinski, I really like this cast a lot. Like, I'm a huge fan of Pedro Pascal, and now that I start, once, he's been rumored for months that he was going to be in this role. I think all of these actors were rumored for these roles recently. But so I started to wrap my head around Pedro Pascal, and I really love it. Like, that's probably my favorite casting of all of these four. Like, because I just imagine him, I just imagine Reed Richards in a lab and just figuring stuff out, and I could totally see it. And the rest of the cast, I'm not too familiar with outside of one or two roles. So Vanessa Kirby, I only really am familiar with her from the Mission Impossible films as the White Widow. But she was good in those. And then Joseph Quinn from Stranger Things, of course, just like everybody. And he's amazing in Stranger Things season 4. So I'm all for that casting. And then Ebon Moss-Bachrach, when I first heard about he was gonna be rumored for Ben Grimm, I was like, where have I seen him before? Like, he looks so familiar. And he was in Andor. He was in Andor, and then he's been in a few things. He just won an Emmy for The Bear, which I haven't watched The Bear yet, but I want to watch that show.
Same. Yeah.
I've heard that show is incredible.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think this is an amazing cast, and like, other than Pedro Pascal, they're not, would you say Pedro Pascal's an A-list movie star at this point, right? I mean, I would say so, right?
The Mandalorian.
Well,
you're sure?
Yeah, it depends.
Well, but it's not movies, right? Do you count? So I think movies and TV are interchangeable now, right? Like, so like, he's an A star, I would say.
Well, the thing about that is
an A-list actor.
Sorry, go ahead.
Well,
Gio.
My bad.
Yeah.
No, I don't know if there are any A-list stars anymore.
Well, I don't mean that they're box office draws. I just mean, like, so if we were to consider an A-list star today, what is that? I think he counts as one. Everybody knows who he is. Like, even if you don't know the name, you just say instantly The Mandalorian, or
Last of Us.
What's the Joel from the what's that show called? The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Keith just said that. So like, he's there.
He's
a
household name.
Other than him, like, these are relatively unknowns. So like, I think this is it's a good cast.
Gio, I know what you're like. He's not like he's not like a DiCaprio or a Tom Hanks or a
Gio
Denzel.
is so against anointing people A-list. What was the actor that we remember like a couple years ago on Apocalypse? We like got in an argument about. Oh, it was Oscar Isaac.
Oscar.
Yeah, Gio is
He's
so
he's a big star.
reluctant.
Whoa,
Gio's
wait,
so
whoa.
reluctant to
Well, no,
anoint
it's just
people A-list stardom.
I just want to know what is the definition of an A-list star nowadays? Because it's
Sure.
like
No, I get what you're saying.
if it's somebody that's popular, great. But if it's somebody that's popular and a box office draw, I don't know if there are any left. And I think
Sure.
about Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1 and how Tom Cruise, and I'm not saying I didn't enjoy Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. I really did. It was great. I can't wait for now. They're not going to call it Dead Reckoning Part 2. They're just
Yeah,
going
right.
to call it something else.
Something else.
But like we thought Tom Cruise was invincible, right? Like, sure, it's gonna happen. Now, maybe you can blame it on
Yeah.
Barbenheimer,
Yeah.
or you can blame it something else. I don't know, but it's just
So didn't it make like 600 million or something? Like I hear people saying it's a disappointment, but it's still that's pretty good. Like,
well, yeah, I mean,
unless I'm
any
mistaken,
blockbuster, any non-comic book blockbuster would be love to make $600 million, but it just, you know, I don't know. Subjectively speaking,
567, but still, I mean, it is a disappointment compared to the
Well,
last
how much
one before
cost
that made a
probably.
lot more.
all
yeah,
all of them
how-
were
probably
just
the
like
production cost.
well,
Mhm.
like this, yeah. So I don't know. We're getting off track. Keith,
Yeah.
what do you think, man? Fantastic Four.
Yeah, man. So, well, I will say, my guy, Ebon, what's his name again? Ebon, who's Ben Grimm.
Moss Bachrock.
So you would have seen him he's in Spider-Man: Homecoming. He plays the Shocker.
That's
Oh,
right.
that's right.
And then he's in. I don't know if either of you guys saw the movie Upgrade, but he's that guy.
I haven't seen Upgrade.
Oh,
Man.
is he the lead?
Yes,
Nice, but it's
He,
like
you got to see that movie. That movie's awesome. It's
Well,
really good.
From the clips I've seen on social media, that movie just looks insane, crazy.
It is. It's great.
Yeah.
It's very, very good. It's really, really good. Lee Wanell wrote and directed that. It's really good. So yeah, he's leading that, and so yeah, he's still. I didn't realize that's who that was. I didn't know his name until I saw that earlier today. I'm like, oh, this guy. I know who he is. So yeah, but I'm a big. I don't know the kid, the Stranger Things kid. My daughters were both like, oh, he's from Stranger Things. So they know who he is and they love him. So
did you watch Stranger Things season 4?
I haven't watched since I started watching season 3. I've watched like the first 2 or 3 episodes of that, and I haven't picked it up since. So I know I need to get
no, because Keith, it's really an interesting case study of like it's so difficult for a series or a TV show to maintain your interest and your attention. Because I've heard so many people. I'm not talking about Stranger Things, but like they just stop watching a show or a series because maybe something else was coming up, and you got all these streaming is putting it in your face.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what happened. I just got away from me. I just never.
That's not to say you won't go back to it at some point. Like it.
I'd like to because apparently people keep raving about it. So but apparently season 4 is pretty great. So I didn't, and this guy's pretty good. So so yeah, I gotta check it out. But I love Vanessa Kirby. I'm a big fan of hers. She was in obviously you mentioned Impossible. You mentioned, but she's on The Crown, or season 1 of The Crown. She plays she plays Elizabeth's younger sister. I can't remember Queen Elizabeth's sister. I forgot her name.
I think she's also Elizabeth Shaw and Hobbs and Shaw.
Hobbs Shaw, yes.
Yeah, Deckard Shaw's sister. The Shaw
brothers. Yeah. Which we'll probably never see. You think we'll see her in one of the Fast movies again? I doubt it. Right? She didn't
I wouldn't put it past. Well, I mean, actually, no, probably not. Because there was Jacob, I don't know if you saw this, but there was a news release that they're going to cut the budget of Fast 11 and it's going to be like no more than $200 million, like no more of these $500 million productions and
I
stuff.
did
Which
hear something like that. Like they want to kind of get
yeah,
back to
so
like the first movie, kind of.
we may not. They may, like, spoiler alert for Fast X if you haven't seen it, but that plane crash at the end, maybe that's the way of saying, okay, we can cut, either take a pay cut or you're dead. Like the character on screen is dead. But
Yeah, of course.
yeah, like that's, I don't know. But anyways, yeah, you were saying, Keith, the cast is
Uh,
great.
yeah, no, yeah. I like the Pedro Pascal, man. I mean, but the guy's he's on a hell of a run right now. I mean, Mandalorian. You know, it's tough because like I know we mentioned man. Oh, he's a big name because of Mandalorian. We never see him. We've only seen him maybe twice. His actual
Yeah.
face.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know. I can't. Well, whatever. But it's
Oh,
just
I think yeah, a couple
twice,
times.
maybe?
A couple times.
yeah. I don't know,
Yeah.
but you know, it's mostly his voice, and I don't even know if he's. I think he revealed that he's not even in the suit, not even in the costume. It's like a stunt guy, I guess.
Oh, for
Most of the
Mandalorian,
time,
yeah,
Most
yeah.
of
No,
it.
yeah,
I mean,
most of the time it's not him in there.
They do
yeah,
the same
yeah.
thing with other characters like stand-ins, whether it's Batflick or
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. For a couple of the later Marvel movies, he was just like,
Yeah.
to the point where in Homecoming, when he's talking to Peter Parker, he's not even there. It's just a drone. He's
Right.
just he's in some, like, he's probably in his backyard just
Yeah, I was
shooting
gonna say he's
scenes,
probably at his house.
making $10 million.
He was at his house for real at a party. He's like, yeah, all right, I'll do it real quick.
Yeah.
Although is Ryan Reynolds, but he's actually doing Deadpool, right? Is that actually?
Oh
him?
yeah, no, he is dedicated. He loves that role, and you'll get
Well, the
actors
mask
like
is
that.
CG, so yeah, I guess yeah.
Yeah, you'll get Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, and
Yeah.
all that. So that
But
that's
listen,
that.
Pedro jumped up for sure last year with Last of Us. I mean, people, just his performance throughout that. I mean, we already knew he's a great actor. I think I first really paid attention to him in Netflix show the Pablo Escobar. What's it called? Narcos.
Oh, Narcos.
Yeah. He's
I mean,
great in that.
his like not breakout role, but the thing that put him on the map was Game of Thrones. But I know Keith hasn't watched Game of Thrones.
I've seen so many clips online of his character. I wish his character survived. He had the mountain. Oh my God, he had like the Niners had the Super Bowl. You had it. Oh, God.
That's a good comparison. Yeah.
It is a good comparison. I'm gonna start letting it out little by little, and then at the end we'll have a little tangent about the San Francisco 49ers over the last 10 years.
Did whoever was coaching his character make the same silly mistakes that the Niners coaching staff made?
Basically,
yeah, we were all his.
We'll get to that.
There. We were like,
I've been telling you guys about Shanahan for years. Tell you, we'll get to that later. Anyway.
We'll get to that. But I'm curious, guys. Like, okay, so Marvel, the banner, we know this movie's going to be a success, right? It's a safe bet that this movie will A, be better than the previous ones, B, be a financial success. But I do not think it's a $1 billion movie.
No.
If I had to say it right now, I don't think it is.
Fantastic.
But I'm curious. Yeah.
Oh, I agree.
Given the state of Marvel productions on the big screen, I don't think it's a $1 billion movie yet. It can be, but I think Marvel needs to build some momentum again, and get back to that Infinity Saga of excitement that they haven't quite lived up to, whether it's because of COVID or less interesting characters, or whatever the case might be, big budget productions, whatever. I mean, they went into it full detail in the MCU novel, which you guys should read, by the way, the audiobook or read the physical copy. That book goes into a lot about the upcoming of Marvel Studios. But let's talk about the Fantastic Four in the context of the MCU. Okay, so we know that they're on the way, right? Marvel established that for better or worse, in Multiverse of Madness by introducing Reed Richards. So they're out there. You have an Avengers Tower. We still don't know who bought the Avengers Tower. This movie is going to be set in the 60s, presumably. It's not confirmed, but presumably based on this image right here. So how are they going to go about it? The movie's going to take place in the 60s. Where are they? Are they in the quantum realm right now? Where is the Fantastic Four in present day? Because they're not anywhere to be found, or they would have been in the Battle of New York. They would have been somewhere, like what's going on here? Give me some context.
I have a question. So, in the multiverse, are all Earths at the same time period at the same exact time? So, for example, if it's March 2008, is every single Earth in
like
the multiverse
638
in March
Earth
2008,
9999, whatever,
or are they all at different times? Because that's
a good question. Yeah,
I don't think that's ever been discussed, and not just in Marvel, but in multiverse stuff in general that I know of. But
yeah,
I think so. There's a possibility they're not from the main Earth 616.
Yeah.
There's that possibility, but I think, I mean, who knows? Because we're getting that alternate Earth from the Marvels at the end of the Marvels. That
Spoiler.
has Beast. Yeah, I mean, if you know, you know.
Whatever.
That has
That's all the
Beast
spoilers
in it and everything. So they could be from that universe, or I think what's more likely is they did exist in the 616. They went on a space mission in the 60s. On that mission, they go through a black hole or whatever you want to say happens. They get their powers. They're gone. They come back to modern day with their powers, but they didn't age. Like
So
to them, it's still 1960s.
What realm?
That's what I think.
Yeah, where 5 minutes have passed, but like for Captain America, it was 70 years.
Yeah.
Could they be in the quantum realm?
Possibly, or look at like Sakaar, right? Like time works differently in Sakaar. I'm not saying they went to Sakaar, but who knows what's out there in space?
A bunch of places where time could freeze or time could slow
a bunch
down.
Of places where you can go and you spend 10 minutes and you come out and it's 50 years. What would that be? 60 years later?
Which would line up, because if the movie takes place in 63, right now in the MCU timeline, it's 20.
They're a couple years ahead of.
It's between 2020,
like 25. I think it's 25.
It's either 25 or 28. If Jake or Brian were here, they would know for sure.
It's
but
current. It might be current right now. I think it might be.
I think they're a year or two ahead, but I think eventually we'll catch up.
It's going to be caught up. Yeah.
Right. Are you guys?
So yeah, that's what I think. Yeah.
Are you guys? How much are you guys looking forward to a Marvel movie taking place in the 60s? Like, I'm just so desperate to see them in modern day with the other characters. Like, is this the right route? Do audiences have patience for
absolutely
a movie that's okay? All right, I'm just asking, just for the
absolutely
sake of conversation.
Well, for one, it's something different,
Okay.
So and a team of, you can't just be like, all right, they're here, they've been right down the street with the Avengers. Well, they've been, I don't know, they were doing something else. Like, you can't, all the stuff's been happening in what we think is 616 or 616 adjacent, as they called it in Loki. I don't know if maybe there's two different 616s. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think the comic universe is 616 and the movie universe is 616 adjacent. That's what I'm saying. But anyway, so yeah, I just said it. In we know that there was that kind of activity happening. Hank Pym was around at that time. Howard Stark and Peggy Carter were doing stuff during those years. So, if they're, I don't know if they'll be in this movie or anything, but I'd say the best thing for them to do is sit it back in those times. At the same time, obviously, the original, the comics came out in 1962 or whatever it was, 63. I think that makes sense, because otherwise you're going to be having to try to figure out how to explain why aren't they, where were they, where they been all this time, same thing with the X-Men. And so Jacob, like you were just mentioning, maybe if it's that universe that Monica Rambeau's trapped in at the end of the Marvels, where Beast is there, and maybe that's a universe where all those characters are, all the Fox Marvel characters, Daredevil and the X-Men, and I don't know, whoever else, and this version of Fantastic Four. Maybe that's where they are. Who knows, man? I don't know. I'm curious to see how they explain all this. I really am. So I think it's a good idea.
If your theory is correct, I'm curious if Reed Richards knew Hank Pym, and when Reed Richards does go back to present day, he sees an older Hank Pym and what that reunion would be like. And it's just I'm really curious about how this will all come together, where they've been. Will it make sense? There's a lot of right now, the perception of this multiverse saga is pretty much that of the branch timelines. Like, there's all these unanswered questions and like characters and all that, and like, where are they going to fit? When are we going to see them next and whatnot? That's why I was asking, like, is this the right move, or like, should they just not waste any time and go into it? Because for some people, it may seem like the multiverse is like, come on, get with it. We want to see Deadpool and Wolverine. We want to see Wesley Snipes' Blade. We want to see these characters or whatever.
That's a good point. Like, people want to see the MCU itself move forward. So if you have a entire movie take place in the 60s, we get to know them. But the thing is, what's more important, this individual movie to be good, or the universe's agenda? Like, probably just make this movie good. Don't worry about the universe. But another way they could do it is the first act takes place in the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
They go on that mission leading into the second act. We see them get their powers. They come back in modern day. Or I think once they leave Earth in the movie, if they do, who knows, the movie takes place off of Earth, I think.
The negative zone.
That's my opinion.
The negative zone. Yeah.
Because they're always in there for some reason or another. So
well, guys, Marvel is seemingly not wasting time anymore, which probably isn't the best, sentence to use, but we'll go with that for now. We have our Fantastic Four. I will be following the production closely with intent because I'm the insider and I want to know, is Dr. Doom going to be in the movie or not? It's still up in the air.
I still think that Leo is going to be Dr. Doom.
Oh,
if they
I've been saying that for years.
You have, yeah.
I was just saying, Pedro Pascal's 48, Leo's 49. That, like, they're supposed to be like counterpart, like, right? It works.
Okay.
That would blow the lid off, like, the MCU. Like, they could make a Doom movie, and
they gotta get Dr. Doom right. I think he's got to be somebody that can be, because he's the big.
I just don't know if
he's
Leo
the biggest villain in Marvel Comics.
That's the thing.
Yeah. And I mean, they have even more pressure to get Dr. Doom right, because we don't know what the hell is going to happen with Kang the Conqueror. What is that still in the play? Is that still in the cards? Is it still called Avengers Kang Dynasty? these are questions that we will get answers to, but nevertheless, right now they are questions. So, but real quick, I think this is going to be a terrific cast. Can't wait to see the chemistry. I was really hoping Adam Driver was going to be Reed Richards,
Yeah.
but Pedro
Oh,
Pascal
me
is going to be cool. I like Vanessa Kirby over the rumored Margot Robbie. Can't wait to see what Joseph Quinn does. This guy is going to be a name by the end of the year with The Quiet Place Day One and other productions he has upcoming. Gladiator 2, I believe. And then I'm gonna watch The Bear so I can learn more about this Eobon guy.
Mhm.
And yeah, that's gonna be our Fantastic Four conversation. We spent quite a bit of time on that. I mean, it's fine. Okay. I mean, we don't, whatever. Let's move on to another major Marvel announcement. Well, not announcement, but debut. A trailer. We got our trailer for Deadpool and Wolverine. That is the official title, guys. And that trailer, as
Perfect
soon as
title.
I saw the teaser for it, because these 30-second Super Bowl ads cost money, I went online and I watched the trailer. I was at a bar and just geeking out the whole time. You got Wade Wilson, Ryan Reynolds as Wade Wilson back. You got the TVA, who, we've been waiting to see, when are they going to show up on the big screen? Yeah, the Merc with the Mouth, seemingly going to be an R-rated production. All right, that's the word. We'll believe it when we see it. But what are you guys' thoughts on Deadpool and Wolverine, the title? They're back. They're finally together. We're getting a movie with Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool and Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. What do you guys think? I mean, just let's geek out about this, okay? We never thought this would happen. And
So crazy.
this is what the multiverse is all about.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Keith.
It's the one that we like. I don't want to say. I mean, first of all, it's the only one we're getting this year. Which I mean, that's
movie. Yeah,
movie. Yeah, movie wise. We see it's one of those things where we see a lot, but also we don't see a lot. If that makes sense. I actually like the fact that they don't show Wolverine. We know he's in it, so I know a lot of people were crying over that. I mean, he's in it. We know he's in it. It's called Deadpool and Wolverine. Everybody relax.
This is a great teaser shot.
You'll see him. It really is, right? I thought that was great. It's interesting because I actually just watched and I hadn't watched him in years, but I mean, I watched Deadpool 1 and 2 a few months ago. Maybe sometime during the summer. I just kind of picked them up on Disney Plus. I finally figured out how to unlock the what are they called? The parental thing on Disney Plus, so you can watch.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
you can watch the Marvel Netflix series, and Deadpool was on there. Logan popped up on there. I'm like, I didn't know Logan was on here. So yeah, I watched both of those, and I watched Logan. But yeah, I mean, we're super excited about this. It's cool. I forgot, in watching, and I'm glad I watched those both because I forgot that he went. He used his little cable time device thing.
Little time device.
Bring everybody back.
It ties in perfectly.
Right.
Was that planned or was that just a coincidence?
I think it's a coincidence. I mean, you had Cable in there, who's a time traveler, right?
Yeah.
So just worked out.
He brought he brought
Kevin
all
Feige,
of them back.
Man. Kevin Feige just weaving the timelines together, or
yeah.
should I say Loki?
Well, yeah, I don't know. Do you guys? Did everybody here watch Loki? Everybody?
Yeah.
Yes.
Season 2?
Oh my god.
Okay.
What a heartfelt ending, man.
Right. So good. So good. So just seeing the TVA in there, which I think I'm sure I'd heard a rumor of that, but that actually surprised me. Yes, Rachel. Yes, we have Cap show up to say language. Oh, I can't click on that. Anyway.
Wow.
I would
That's
love.
funny because people think that he's in that Deadpool goes back to the Age of Ultron scene, and that's the
And
scene where Cap says that.
Says language exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, so that
Oh
would be
my
very funny.
God.
I wonder. I don't know. I wonder if we'll see. You know, maybe he's jumping through different scenarios throughout the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We see, you know, there's a screen or there's a bunch of screens. I'm assuming in the TVA where we see, all these different. See
So
Winter Soldier.
like they have cameras everywhere. Like, I guess they can show images of stuff that happened. Never mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Remember they showed Loki saw what happens to him.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. When Thanos kills him. So
that's a very interesting setting where Deadpool is.
Well,
given
I read a comment because, like I mentioned, I just watched Logan as well. That's the forest in Logan where Logan died.
I think that's more likely.
Yeah.
Over the beginning of, because why would they show Age of Ultron on the screen?
Yeah.
And then cut to this
that
right here.
That means that unless they just show old footage, that all of those actors are going to be in it. I don't know.
Right. Yeah, I don't know about it. That would be maybe. Listen, you never know. I mean,
wouldn't that be accurate though, given how it is in the comics when he like doesn't he show up in other storylines or something? And
yes,
I'm sure.
Like talk to the reader and just.
There's a comic where I wish I knew what issue it was, where he actually goes back to an old Spider-Man story from like the 60s. And it's an actual comic. It's an actual real comic that came out in the 60s of Spider-Man. And Deadpool goes back into that issue of Spider-Man. I can't remember why, but it's very, very funny. I watched a video about it. I think it's just Sunday News video about it. So listen, he could be doing stuff like this. A lot of people think it's, Deadpool kills either the Fox universe, which I don't know if it's that.
I don't think. I think
what is the place that the TVA dumps stuff?
The Void.
So like the 20th Century Fox logo is in the Void.
Yeah,
that is hilarious.
That's very funny.
That's hilarious.
And maybe that's where a bunch of it looks like Pyro's there, right? Is there a shot where it looks like Pyro's in there?
Yep. I did not catch that until social media.
Right. Same.
One of the few good things social media does is it,
that's so
makes you aware of that stuff, which
one of the best
has me curious
of X2.
Yeah. Who else are we gonna see in this this movie pop up? Like, who are you guys hoping will make an appearance? Somebody that you would like to see on screen one more time. I know my answer, but I want to know from you guys from the Fox universe. Who's a character you would love to see again, whatever context? Because we're gonna get. All right, so we got Pyro. The press announced Jennifer Gardner back. What is that on my screen?
Oh wow! It's because you did a thumbs up. Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Wait. Hang on.
You got a Minority Report AI thing?
I think it's because like iPhone does that too. If you're on
nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
No, that's not that's a
yeah. I guess just thumbs up.
Just thumbs up then. Yeah. No, no, you got to do this. Just thumbs up.
Yeah. But I mean, for me, like, it doesn't have to. See, Cyclops is one of my. Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh my god, I would love to see Channing. I raved about that so much back in the day.
That's interesting. I wonder about that.
Which? Hang on. What game? Hang on. What game are they playing? Right there.
Well, apparently Wolverine becomes this character similar like where Hulk becomes a bouncer in Vegas. Exactly. So like a lot of characters do that. It's like when Batman or Bruce Wayne does his Glasses Malone or whatever his name is.
But it's gotta be a variant. So who is it? Is it Taron Egerton? Is it Daniel Radcliffe? Is it?
Well, you don't just think that that's Hugh Jackman?
I
There's
mean,
people
wouldn't you?
speculating.
No, I don't think it's Hugh Jackman because I mean, look at the shoulders. That's Hugh Jackman's more ripped than
Mm,
that.
There's people
interesting.
speculating that he's not the only Wolverine.
So,
So
do you think they introduce
the new
the
Wolverine.
new Wolverine in this movie?
I think it's more of a John Krasinski type of deal where it's
Oh, like it's a one-time thing?
yeah, just to, like, hey,
Hmm.
you almost played the character. How would you like to do this fun thing like Brad Pitt did in Deadpool 2 and,
Yeah.
do
Then it would
that?
have to be someone who like they like who's been rumored or like that the fans want to be.
What if they got
Well,
the
your guy,
original
Jacob.
actor? Oh,
Oh,
Dacre Montgomery. Why
yeah,
not?
but I mean they would like I'm the
So
only one who wanted him.
So Rachel, it's more of a fan casting. There are people out
Yeah.
there petitioning for Daniel Radcliffe to be Wolverine, which I mean, I'm not saying it's not impossible. He's filthy rich. I mean, but you got to put on some muscle. You got to put on some muscle. And
Yeah.
if Robert Pattinson can do it, Daniel Radcliffe can do it. To be fair,
But see, I was thinking about that too. Robert Pattinson didn't even really get that rip to play Batman.
he had a couple scenes when he first, was getting dressed and like he had all the
Yeah,
scars on his back and stuff. Like
yeah, but
He's
he's
he
still
didn't get
relatively
he didn't get big as
small
like Affleck
though.
or
Yeah.
he wasn't big
well,
like
nobody gets as big as Batfleck. Okay, he made Tom
or
Hardy's Bane
Christian
look
Bale.
like. um, it could be Dacre Montgomery as that variant Wolverine. It could. What if they get Dougray Scott, who was supposed to be the original Wolverine before he accepted Mission Impossible 2?
Hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
come on, guys, we don't have a lot of time. Who's
I
one
didn't think
character?
that. Oh, for me, I guess James Marsden's Cyclops, but
Oh
Hmm.
my god!
like make him like a badass because I'll tell you, like that 97 animated trailer, the X-Men 97, the end of that trailer was Cyclops saying like my X-Men. Like
Yes,
that's
yes.
what Cyclops needs to be. Cyclops is like the Captain America of the X-Men. Like that's what he needs to be.
He is a
And
leader.
he could be like the next Cap type of character
Sure.
in the
Yeah.
MCU. And
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be James Marsden, but I would like to see like because the last time we saw James Marsden was maybe in the end of Days of Future Past as a
Yes.
cameo, but not in battle or anything like that. And then he dies in X-Men The Last Stand, like just disappears. Like such like I mean, I guess Days of Future Past was kind of a cool thing to see, but I would like to see him in action.
He's
I
got to
hope
come
that-
back for Secret Wars. Sorry, go ahead, Keith.
Yeah, definitely. Well, what do you think? Him or Ty Sheridan?
Nope, I want Marsden.
Marsden, yeah.
I want Marsden back.
No,
He's definitely
not
back,
Ty
yeah.
Sheridan.
He was.
I mean, I don't mind Ty Sheridan.
Yeah.
I don't mind him, but like it wouldn't mean anything to me. Like the James Marsden thing would.
Yeah, I got you. I actually hope to see Cable. To be honest, I was kind of hoping I'd hear. I don't know. Maybe G. I don't know if you know anything about that, but I haven't looked into the production of this at all. I don't know Josh Brolin or not. I have no idea. I think did he hint recently that maybe Thanos would be back? I think I heard something about that.
I haven't heard anything, but it wouldn't surprise me because we've already seen we've seen Thanos in What If. We've seen him in Multiverse of Man. Granted, he died.
Yeah.
So
your thumbs are doing it.
Yeah,
but
I'd
see Cable again.
Yeah,
because he's doing time stuff too. I don't know why the TVA. I don't know if they're after Wolverine. I mean, Deadpool because of that, or they need him for something.
I mean, in a Deadpool movie, you could have Cable and James Marsden, and like he could be like Dad, like because
right.
But even though they're like close to the same age, or like
you could have a moment, which
I
think Cable might be older. To be honest,
I felt like
I know that's why it would be funny. They could only in a Deadpool movie you could do that,
right? They should have did more of that in X-Men Apocalypse when they had Quicksilver and Magneto, and
Right.
Because all we got was in Days of Future Past. It's like my mom
That-
once knew a guy,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's about it. So,
Mhm.
I'm hoping to see either I have a two-way tie, Alan Cunning as Nightcrawler again,
Ooh, it's a good one.
or you give me Liev Schreiber as Sabretooth.
Oh, there you go.
I need that.
Yeah.
That's the
We'll
one. It ties in. It's a Wolverine movie too, right?
and he was in Origins with Reynolds and Jackman, and Ryan Reynolds is gonna say something about that. Oh man, like, why did we fight, and why did you shut my mouth in that universe or something? Like, why did you sew
Yeah.
my mouth shut? Oh man, maybe we'll get to see that fight, because I have to imagine that would have been an interesting fight. Seeing Liev Schreiber's Sabretooth invade Wade Wilson's home and then pull out the katanas and just the two of them go at it. Like, but anyways, very exciting. Still a lot of questions, but this is the one right here. This is a $1 billion movie, just on the name alone,
Mm,
and even if it is
maybe.
R-rated, very exciting. And on my birthday, yeah,
That's crazy. That's
gonna be
crazy.
the best gift ever.
No, I've been saying this ever since they announced that Hugh Jackman was returning. I said, this is my most anticipated movie, like, since The Force Awakens, which
Mm.
that was huge to me. So, like,
over No Way Home. No Way Home's
yeah,
up there.
I mean,
Yeah.
the difference is I didn't know for sure that. I mean, we knew, but it wasn't in the marketing that
Yeah.
they were going to be in the movie. So let's
Toby and
say
Andrew. Yeah.
let's say it was announced they're going to be in it officially, and then it was in the marketing. Then
Yeah.
it would have been. But all I knew was a Spider-Man 3, and they might be in it. This, I know Wolverine's in it, and it's called Deadpool Wolverine. So, and it's them coming into the MCU. There's so many factors going for it, and it's like the MCU is kind of dependent on this movie, like right now, like they need it to succeed. So it's like I can't think. I mean, The Force Awakens was incredible, like the anticipation building up to that, but this is right there with it for me.
Yeah, I mean, this is what the multiverse is all about right here. This is what fans who have followed the MCU, who have grew up on the Fox Marvel movies, when you say multiverse, this is what we think of. So get it right. I think they will. I think Sean Levy, has a very special, unique relationship with both Jackman and Reynolds, the director. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be awesome. But we're going to rapid fire because we only got a few more minutes. We spent a lot of time talking Marvel, which is awesome because, it's just, we're ready to be like really, 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 really excited again. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, the 4th installment of the franchise. We got a new look trailer, a 4th Planet of the Apes movies, guys. What do you think? Can this work? Should it have happened? I guess we won't know that until it hits theaters, but we just saw the trailer again. Quick thoughts.
We got to get. First of all, it was not totally unexpected because it seemed like they wrapped up that previous trilogy very nicely. It's very emotional ending. Great performances by that's Andy Serkis, right? As Caesar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Really good. Woody Harrelson was really good in that last one. It's a great ending to that trilogy. So, but there was never any resolution to. We saw it in the first one, Rise.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. We see the on the news with the launching of the shuttle or the rocket or whatever, the spaceship that we assume Charlton Heston's character and crew are on that ship. We saw that they got lost. So I would guess that unless this is a new trilogy, maybe this will end leading into that, or maybe
it could. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
but so what he lands on Earth, but he doesn't know it's Earth, right?
It's
He thinks it's a new
centuries later or
planet.
whatever. Yeah, he thinks it's another
So
planet.
like, yeah, so it could be that I don't know how it would work timeline wise, but at the like post credit scene of this movie, show him landing. I don't know. Would that make sense or
Landing or crashing or whatever? I can't remember. I just haven't seen it since I was a kid, so I have no idea. I'd have to watch that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's the big reveal is that he sees the Statue of Liberty. Like, oh no, but yeah, no, but there was what? It was a disease. That disease that kind of spread through humanity, wiped out a bunch of people, and caused deterioration in
AZ something.
Yeah, caused a decline. So where humans can't talk, and have basic functions, but it gave all primates all those abilities. It made them even smarter. So we kind of switched roles there. So it looks like there's a girl who they say. I don't know who the actress is, but she's the smart one, so maybe she can talk. I don't know. There's maybe she's one that can speak, or she can read or write or whatever. I don't know. There's something special about her that they're after her. Seems like maybe they've suppressed human history, and like whoever's in charge.
I think it just naturally like went away.
Well, maybe, but I think they're trying to hide it.
Oh, kind of like the Empire hiding the Jedi history.
Yes.
Like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. They don't want them to know that humans actually, were the dominant species on Earth until whatever happened. So because I can't remember. It's been a million years since we've seen this one, but I think the Mark Wahlberg one was kind of about sort of a similar thing.
Yeah.
I can't remember, but I'm very excited for this.
It's been a minute. Yeah. I'm excited about this guy right here.
Yeah.
Y'all know how I am about like the antagonists and whatnot, and like I love a great villain and just the look alone. And then the guy who's voicing him, speaking of X-Men origins, it's the guy who played Blob.
Okay.
He was also the cowboy in Real Steel.
Oh, was he? Okay, yeah, right.
Yeah, he's that actor that you just you see his face and you know who he is. But
that guy, he's one of those that guys.
Look, I'm willing to give it a chance. I don't know about the director. Okay, he did the Maze Runner movies. So I mean that's
Wes Ball.
Wes Ball.
I don't mind the Maze Runner movies, especially the first one. Yeah.
Yeah. The visuals look good. I mean, they look just as good as the other one. So there's consistency there, and story about characters, right? That's, I mean, the character of Caesar, character of Koba. Remember Koba in the second movie, and just Woody Harrelson's character, the Colonel, and just give us some great characters and great visuals and a decent story, and it should be good. Well, I'm curious to see if audiences will buy in, especially when you got like Kong, the Godzilla versus Kong or X Kong, which that new trailer came out as well. So we'll see. I'm happy this movie's coming out. It's gonna be one that I do visit in theaters, and I do want to see. It's nice to have a variety of blockbusters come out. Speaking of variety of blockbusters, Quiet Place Day 1, the trailer, Lupita Nyong'o, Jaimon Hansu returns. We're going to get to see day 1 of the invasion and all hell break loose. Even though didn't they do that in A Quiet Place Part 2 in the beginning with, or was that not a day 1? That was like the first week, right?
It was day 1.
It was day 1.
Saw what happened with in their neighborhood.
Yeah. This is it looks like they're showing more like around the world, or at least in what appears to be New York.
I think it's really cool they're bringing back the Jaimon Hansu character, considering A Quiet Place Part 2, because it's like, really?
Character died, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I guess, right? I mean, there's no...
I'm pretty sure he died, right?
As far as we know. So,
yeah.
So that's really cool because that character was really good.
Yeah.
Well, then they found that island, that little island right off the coast there. That
Mhm.
Yeah, little island.
so they
Um,
discover these creatures can't get out there; they can't swim. So I wonder if the movie will end with, "Hey, we're gonna get this island," because they explained what happened, right? They said that the army was trying to get them out there, and they shredded. Monsters came and shredded everybody. And the
yeah.
people that made it to the island were the only ones that escaped, that got away.
hmm
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious about this one. I don't. It's not on my most anticipated. It's obviously a recognizable franchise. I don't know how much more they can keep revisiting this franchise and giving us. I mean, those first movies with Emily Blunt and Krasinski were just terrific. And I'm not saying this one can't be. It's just I don't know if it'll start to like wear off. You know what I mean? Or like, okay, we know you got to be quiet, this and that. Like I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I'm still gonna give it a chance. This is the Blockbuster podcast. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to
Yeah.
keep like when you're the movies revolve around one concept. It's hard to keep redoing that over and over again.
Right.
yeah,
So we'll see.
yeah.
We'll
I definitely
give it a
wonder. I
chance.
wonder if they'll pick up from because they figured out. Well, both movies ended with them figuring out how to kill them. Um, but it seemed like the second one ended with them kind of spreading the word a little bit. I wonder if they'll pick up from there, or maybe this is it. I don't know. It's just the idea to jump back to a prequel. Like Krasinski, I guess, wrote this, right? Is that what I heard? He wrote this one, but he didn't direct it.
May
He
have. Let me
didn't
look
direct
it up
it.
real quick.
Yeah. So I wonder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if he has an idea for anything going forward.
Story is by Krasinski. Okay, that makes me feel a little bit more, anticipated for this. Yeah, he wrote the story. Screenplay was Michael Sonar, who was also directing. Okay,
Okay.
so all right. Yeah, now I'm a little bit
Yeah.
more. Oh, Michael Bay produced.
He produced. Yeah.
There we
You
go.
know what,
Yeah, that explains.
I saw his name for seeing the trailers for the first one. I saw his name from producer Michael Bay, and that's I was hesitant about the first one. So I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So, but no, I think it'll be fine. I think he's
Oh,
like some
man.
production, some whatever producers do. I don't know.
All right, before we go, quick question from Rachel here. Jacob, why don't you start first? Who is in more iconic franchises, Pedro Pascal or Zoe Saldana?
Great question.
Well, Zoe Saldana for sure, because Avatar.
Iconic franchises, yeah.
Well, if you're not counting Marvel yet, like, are we counting the MCU already?
We have
Like,
to because
maybe
that's one
not
of
yet.
Saldana's,
Oh, I mean, for
big
Pedro
franchise.
Pascal, does that count on his record yet?
It remains to be seen.
Yeah.
Seen,
So,
So as of right
Star
now,
Wars though, it's the Mandalorian. It's huge.
oh,
Mandalorian's
true.
huge.
And
Is
they're
it
doing a movie.
Will that movie do Pirates of the Caribbean numbers?
A Mandalorian movie, absolutely it will. That's dope. If it's him
You
and
think
Grogu,
so?
absolutely. It's called Mandalorian and Grogu. Everybody loves those two. That's gonna be massive. I think it's gonna be big.
By the time it
Yeah.
comes out, though, do you think audiences will be like, okay, like, all right, like that was kind of 2020
Here's
with
the
Baby Yoda.
thing:
Maybe. I mean,
kids love Baby Yoda.
absolutely.
They do.
That's why.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right here.
And Game of Thrones too. He's in Game of Thrones. I don't know how was he in it a lot. I don't know. Was he like a
Oh
big
my
character?
God, Maxwell.
Maxwell Lord.
Wonder Woman 84.
very
Still the
bronze.
most iconic teaser trailer of any comic movie. Dun 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 dun
Yeah.
dun 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 dun
Well,
dun
that's-
dun. All right. Well, guys, this was fun. It's great to be back. We will be back. We're gonna try to be consistent as far as Thursdays go, but it may be Fridays. Either way, you will see all of us, if not some of us. And I think it's I think it's just really freaking awesome to be back on screen with you guys, and doing this again. Anything you guys want to plug? Anything at all where they can find you on social media or anything at all, or besides
I have
here
to
now?
I have to offer correction. Okay,
What's up?
This is awful, but I thought these were the same guy. But I'm like, it doesn't look the same. But Logan Marshall Green is actually the guy in Spider-Man: Homecoming Upgrade. They look so similar. It's crazy. He's in but he's also at the end. I looked it up, and he was in Prometheus. And I was like, oh, it's that guy. He is in Prometheus also.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
so Logan Marshall Green, not Ebon something.
Yeah, that makes sense. That sounds right.
Because when I said that, and I see Jacob was kind of like, I could see the wheels turning. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, because the thing is, I haven't seen Upgrade, but I was like, I was like, really? I was like, really? That was him? Okay, I believed
that was
you
him,
because you've seen it. Yeah.
Somebody else said that. Someone else told me that. So I was like, oh yeah, that is that guy. Okay. Yeah. So I've got some wrong information as well. So apologize too. And I was wrong. Got it wrong already. 0 for 1 on the first episode back. Damn it.
Oh, you got a bunch of other stuff right though.
Oh, guys. Well, it was a pleasure. Until next time, next week.
Yeah, this was fun.
Yeah. If you guys want to follow us, our social media handles are right there. Just
but it
for Jacob,
put
the 2 and the 8. Okay,
824. I should say.
Rachel,
824.
Good night. Happy New Year. Thanks so much. Hanging out with us.
The Insider Geo. And until next week, I don't have a outro yet. Okay, this is new. But until next week, you guys take care. Have a lovely week and weekend.
Thanks, Jake.